Good morning, YouTube. It is Monday morning, February 23rd. Of course, February is almost out of here, but it is the shortest month, and it always just seems to, I don't know, after we have, let me try to get my hair right. After we have Valentine's Day, it seems like it zooms by. Really, after February 2nd, Groundhog Day, it seems to zoom by. But that's great because that means that we're getting closer to summer. That warmth. We here in Michigan have snow again this morning, but we are pushing on and handling our business. You know what? I thought I would do someone a little bit different. Okay, I've talked about the Amber Rose and Kardashian, and I could talk on Amber and Kanye, but I don't care. I feel like if I think that some people have wrong loyalty. Me personally, if you are trying to say something slick about me in the public and I got some on you, I'm going to start spilling some tea, dribble by dribble, because you going to shut the fuck up because you don't want to know what I have to say. So that's what I would do. Instead, she's talking about where we once loved each other and blah, this and that. But in between that, you got married and so-called fell in love and had a baby. So, bitch, bye. I'd have been untold that. But that's me, Miss Jackrabbit Empress here. So I'm going to do one today on Monique. Monique wrote an interesting article, a little essay she wrote about, and just came out, last week, I believe. And first of all, let me just say, I've been one of those people wondering, where is Monique? Where have you been? You won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in Precious. You had your TV show, which actually, it was a really good TV show because it got a chance for me to see all those people that I used to love, artists, singers, or what have you, that no other station was showing. And you kind of threw your platform away. It just me as myself just talking before really breaking her down. I felt as if you weren't sure where you want this platform to go. Did you want to be funny and a comedian? Did you want to be the new Oprah? And it was more about trying to be something than to be yourself. It seemed like you took this concept that this show got my name on it. People are turning in to see me, and I'm not doing this, and y'all gonna do that, and all that kind of thing. But the show collapsed, and that was hurtful to a lot of people, not just viewers, but those people that are back to not being seen and heard from again. But you wanted to prove you were right. Anyways, the letter that she wrote talked about that she had talked to Lee Daniels about getting some parts. She had, her name was on the table for Empire. Her name was on the table for The Butler, Lee Daniels, The Butler. And so she contacted him and said, what's going on? Why am I not getting these parts? Why do they keep disappearing? He said, oh, you've been blackballed. And she was like, blackballed? What do you mean blackballed? And he would not go into like who was blackballing her or how she was blackballed or whatever, but that the parts weren't going to be there for her anymore. I guess supposedly he said she didn't play the game. And she wouldn't have played the game. She plays her own game, which in some ways that's good in real life, but in the Hollywood or music industry, it's not. And what do I mean by playing the game? Okay, you take a look at the Oscars last night. The only thing that was of color, black, that was nominated was John Legend Common song, which was a good song, don't get me wrong. But there were some great performances out there that were totally ignored. Black performers, an artist, completely ignored. And yet, with that being said, Oprah and Stedman was still there. That, what's the name? Olialo, he was there. Of course, John Legend and Common was there. Lee Daniel was there. All these big name people were there anyways. So you would think to yourself, okay, you're not even being nominated. They totally ignored you, shunned you, whatever. And you getting dressed and spending all that money to go anyways. Are you out of your mind? But that's the game. You got to go up there and you got to pretend like you're a bigger person than that. And you don't want to get political, or you don't want to get racial. So you don't want to get be homophobic, or you don't want to be sexist. So you got to be up there and swallow that pride. That's the same thing we've been doing since the days Hattie McDaniel, who just 50 years ago won her award, was doing back in the days, in the 50s and the 40s, when these awards came out. We do it all the time, whether it's the Grammys or the Oscars, and we take that bow down position. And I couldn't be in that life, in that world, because I couldn't do that. Because I'm in a way, I guess, like Monique, that I'm real and I like to keep it real. Sorry, folks. So I couldn't play that game. But they do. And they do it shamelessly. Not only do they do that, but they play it, blacks play it amongst each other. Why would Lee Daniels up and tell you you blackballed, but not going to tell you who blackballed you? Was it him? Oprah? Tyler Perry? Those are the people that was hiring you anyway. Those are the people who were speaking up on your behalf anyway. But now, since you did what you did and you wouldn't go out and promote the movie, suddenly they're going to back off of you. Or tell you, don't hire her because she's trouble. She's going to get us to lose this funding to make films and things like that. Now here we got Lee Daniels with these great movies and Empire and so forth, that he can afford to put anybody he wants to on there. The ratings jumped up to 14 million. That's all Hollywood care about. They don't really care about you as a person, black, white, or anything else. Especially no black women. They don't care. But yet, you blackballed? You can't be on Empire? Really? Bitch, somebody playing games with you, okay? And the game they playing is trying to brain fuck you. Anyways, let me just go on into my Monique reading. Monique is a Sagittarius, born December 11th. Let me just say some things. First of all, Sagittarius are very independent. They think outside the box. Whatever comes in their head comes out their mouth. They tend to be harsh or critical. Real slick talking. Like if you try to say something and it's just your opinion or whatever, they're going to pounce on you with all this fiery energy. And that scares people off. People don't know how to take that. If they were raised up with you and they knew that's just how she is, that's how he is, whatever, that's one thing. But when you're scaring people, that's something else. And they have that kind of a scary personality to them. She comes across looking like a number 5, which means that she looks as if she likes to have fun. She likes to change a lot, her looks or her weight or traveling or different parts. She looks like she's fun and flexible. The truth of it is, first of all, she has a number 11. That's a master number, and that's a number that carries heavy karma with that. So she's got a lot of heavy, harsh karma going on for her right now, even as we speak. It's not unusual for somebody to win an Academy Award and we not see them in a couple of movies, but then they make some kind of comeback or they make some kind of great film 2 or 3 years later. But for her to have disappeared off the scene completely, not even on anybody's talk show, that's that number 11 karma acting in on her. Saying too much, doing too much, maybe trying to be a Miss Know-It-All when she was on that charm school and what have you, or not willing to and wanted to take direction. Promoting the film Precious, she refused to do unless she got paid. And I think that she should have got paid. That is her time and her appearance put in front of people. But yet, Sony sent out that email hit that Kevin Hart was a whore because he wanted $2 million to tweet. And he's still making movies to this day. So, could be sexism too. But a lot of times, when you are a strong, independent woman of color, people don't want to hear from you too much. You're a problem. Coming up for her this year, she's going to start scraping and crawling her way back. This essay that she wrote is just the beginning. She's coming back. She's going to come back different, though, than what we know her. She's going to be much more humble and much more praising God and much more quiet. It's almost like Precious, the life of Precious Mama happened in her life, where she had everything and she was running the show, and at the end she had quiet way down, trying to get Precious back in her life. She's going to come back. She's going to be tamer and quieter, and everybody learns their lesson. She'll do little bit parts here and there, but she'll continue to claw and scrape. She is highly motivated, highly driven, very independent person. This year she is going to be dotting her I's and crossing her T's. She's going to stay on top of every bit of her business. She's not going to put it in the hands of anybody. She's going to be very specific and very picky on what she's going to do, even though you could say, well, she can't afford to be picky, but she can afford to be picky. She really can. And she will be. She'll be very determined and highly organized. It's going to just be a new Monique coming out. Monique is for herself, though. Let me tell you, she's a number one. She is a number one, and that's good for a thinker, a planner. This year, though, she's going to be a doer as well. She's a natural born leader. People look to her for guidance and support because she seems like she always has it under control. But this year, it won't be a bunch of bunk. It will be for real, that she will have it under control in a new kind of way. But she's going to put a lot of energy in that relationship. Look to hear from Monique a little this year as you're hearing whispers of this essay. If you've heard of it, if you haven't, look it up, Monique's essay. But you're going to start to see her in some maybe film festival type of work, or independent films. You're going to see her doing that type of thing. Little by little, she's going to creep her way back into it. But I would tell her, please, Monique, hold back, pull back. Don't get on the ego tip too much. Don't try to run and rule and push everybody, because all you end up doing is pushing them away. And play the game. If you got to be there and put on the hair and the makeup and the dress and all that, go and do and be there. When I looked at Hollywood, Hollywood Wives or Hollywood something with the ladies from Hollywood Gold and all them, and Lisa Wu and all that. The one thing they never would do, they didn't do or know how to do, is to play the game. They didn't know how to go to these events and sit up in the audience and eat you some this, that, and the third and come on out of there. You're going to have to do that. You're going to have to bow down. You're going to have to play the game. You are going to have to send shout outs and much loves and everything to everybody else. You're going to have to get in front of the camera so we can see you, because everybody else has written you off, and mostly your own people. So watch out for Lee Daniels. Watch out for Oprah. I'm telling you what I know. Watch out for Tyler Perry. And not even Tyler as much, but watch out for them. Watch out.